Are we ready?
We are
Or are we still
live.
getting everything sorted?
We are live. I am still getting things sorted though, because
Well,
Okay, we're live.
this has never been a professional operation, but yes, we are allowed.
Oh, all right. I should lock in then. Let's see. Move some
Dial
stuff
in,
around.
engage, yeah, all that fun jazz.
Turn it up where I can actually hear what you guys are saying.
Doesn't matter. You'll keep talking over us anyway.
Oh, okay. I can be quiet.
all right. For some reason, half my bookmarks did not save. Oh crap!
So, what rabbit hole should we start with?
Oh, that's a good question. What rabbit hole? We've got. Let's talk about indie games, man. We talked about Declare uh, Obscure last week. Apparently, during that whole debacle, there was other things that went on that went unnoticed by most, including us. That Claire Obscure was not the only game to be hit with a hammer for getting removed because somebody didn't like what they did.
What, by using AI?
No, this time it's actually I think this is worse than the Claire Obscure. Uh, these people lost their reward because the material they are the people they picked to help them with their indie game had a branded version of their handheld retro console that was manufactured by the help of a company that created military drones.
Okay.
Um, so this company, let's see, we're sending an Indie Vanguard honor for Gorton Codes Chanty. Just day after the Thursday ceremony, apparently they worked with Mod Retro. Chanty had a physical cartridge which is available exclusively through Mod Retro. Mod Retro apparently had announced recently that they have a Anduril branded version of their chromatic handheld console. And Anduril is apparently a company made from our the Anduril Industries chromatic is made from the same material as Anduril's attack drones. So this Enduro branded version of their little handheld console. They wanted to make something interesting, so they made a really strong and tough version of it made out of the material from this company that makes attack drones. And apparently that was too dangerous for the Indie Game Awards, and vile and horrid and
I believe those words were used.
yeah.
Do you know
And
how many things we enjoy today have come from military tech? Everything from M&Ms to the internet. I mean, come on. It's not like the Game Boy is going to explode in your hand. That's asinine.
oh yeah. So the IGA's the indie game Awards nomination committee were unfortunately made aware of Mod Retro's vile nature the day after the 2025 premiere with the news of their horrid and disgusting handheld console. As the company strictly goes against the values of IGA, not the rules, but the values. And due to due to the ties with Mod Retro, the Indie Vanguard recognition has also been retracted.
Okay, whatever. That's just, and isn't this that really small awards group that we talked about last week that took away from AI that maybe 5 people pay attention to every year?
Yeah, it was one of those where we were like, we were trying to be nice with them last week and go, oh, okay, maybe it was the whole AI thing, and even though these people, have. Well, we listed off several of their awards that were definitely leaning towards a certain culture. No. Apparently, they, if you don't abide by their morality, screw you. So, since they have that take, I'm going to say fuck I'm sorry, but this is a little bit early, but oh well. Indie game, because apparently, I don't align with you. If you're gonna screw somebody over and somebody's hard work over because of something that stupid, because you think it's moral, screw you.
I'm gonna argue that with you.
I mean, basically, that isn't in their bylaws from what I saw. That you can have your award pulled because they don't like a company that worked with another company that it's just stupid.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It wasn't even that creator. I mean, that creator worked with a popular retro gaming console creator to make a special edition of his game. And here's the thing. The announcement where these people found out about this, who knows? I mean, Gorting could have found out at the same time, So even though the whole chain is stupid, it's even doubly stupid to punish somebody 2 steps away.
Well, it now is a pattern that they've pulled several awards from people for basically political.
I mean, it's basically like saying, well, Timmy is the valedictorian, but we've seen him talking to Johnny, who's also in his class, and Johnny is friends with Sarah. So, and Sarah is a pain in our asses. So we're not going to give the valedictorian their dues because of association.
You know what this shows me? They don't do a lot of research into the companies they're actually giving awards to, or they lack conviction who they give awards to, and they're very fickle and they want to give it to somebody else. Of course, it worked because we're talking about them 2 straight weeks in a row, and other YouTubers are talking about them as well. So maybe that's the whole gimmick, is to get people talking about their crappy ass show.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, it does give them publicity, but I mean, I don't think all publicity is good publicity. I've never been in the field of that.
But we'll look at them next year and probably pay more attention. So I think this is probably good publicity for them in the long run.
Maybe. What do you think, Q? You quiet? You're so chatty before the show, and all of a sudden you've gone dark on us, man.
I was told to shut up.
You were told to shut up for a second.
No, he's talking about me.
Oh yeah, you told me he always talks over us. That's right. So he's mopey now.
I mean, the general idea is that the awards aren't serious, and the main reason that that topic was pulled was because last week we did go at them, and you know, and this episode seems to have a lot of Dice Junkies was right moments where it's like, yeah, looking at these people, we don't think they take this seriously. We think that they're of a certain mindset, and then if you watch the video, the guy from the committee just attacks the Mobalytics. Like he attacks them, calls them horrendous, vile, all this stuff based on nothing. Like I went to go see how many people they murdered. Turns out nobody. Nobody at all. They don't make drones. They literally make handhelds. So the stupidity of the whole thing is mind numbing where he's attacking this company because he doesn't like drones. Now, personally, I don't even know what the hell why anybody has a problem with military drones. To me, anything that saves soldier lives is a good thing on a personal level. But outside of that, what is he basing his opinions on about it being horrible, the concept of military drones? I'm like, we used those heavily during Obama administration. Just saying that, my boy Obama used drones. It's like, what's the issue with drones? Why are drones a problem now? I don't understand the mindset of these people. What's wrong and what's right?
I mean, it sounds like they're just anti-military. From the way they talk, I mean, it sounds like they're anti-military, man.
Then go move to France.
What?
Where you can roll over. Then go move to France where you can roll over. But you need a military so people don't do things like what's literally happening. The very wars they're protesting are happening because one force had more military than another force, and they couldn't stop them. Like I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic, but it doesn't make sense. But it also has nothing to do with a Game Boy that somebody's making, and it definitely has nothing to do with a game that from a company that isn't the company that's making the Game Boy, that isn't the company that's making the military drones. Do you get how dumb that is? It's like you said, it's a connection so weak and stupid that you have to be mentally handicapped to put it together. It's dumb.
Yeah, they partnered with an organization that does military contracts, therefore they're bad. Which is an absolute stupid, insane thing to say.
They didn't even really partner. They made one of their Game Boy series out of plastic that was used in military drones. It's not even like they went and said, we support the troops. They're just like, let's make a cool Game Boy that's made out of drone plastic. That'd be interesting.
I will say Mod Retro did team up with the company that made the military drones and made a branded version of their Mod Retro console with this company.
Yeah, but they didn't make military drones.
No.
They made a Game Boy.
Oh, I agree.
They made a Game Boy out of cool plastic.
The connection for Mod Retro is a little more tight than just using a plastic.
And we enjoyed Black Rifle Coffee for a while. We ain't shot nobody.
I agree. I'm not arguing with you. I was just
not yet.
Somebody breaks into my house. I don't care what they say. I ain't letting anybody break into my home. But yeah, that's different though. Castle doctrine. But no, like we aren't soldiers, but we like the coffee. They thought it would be cool to have a plastic made out of drone stuff. Doesn't mean they have an opinion on any of the conflicts that are happening. And the point is that we're talking about Mobalytics. Mobalytics isn't who got banned. Chantry got banned. That's how dumb this is. It's these other people got banned because they've worked with Mobalytics, because Mobalytics worked with the other people.
They worked for Mod Retro.
Yeah, whoever. You get the point. Is that it's three, like you said, it's 3 doors down. And it doesn't correlate. And they're just basically their awards have no validity. The Indie Game Awards is trash ran by pathetic losers. I'm sorry, but if you can call people names and talk about horrid and horrendous, I think you're horrid and horrendous. Because you don't have any basis to go after Mobalytics like that. And you don't know anything about them. If you don't like military, that's fine. You're running an award show. Have some integrity. Oh, wait, that's a bad word to some people. But to the rest of us,
integrity and award shows haven't seemed like they go well together. in the past anyway. I mean,
At
Sony.
least fake it better than that. So. True. But it's just pathetic, man. I'm sick and tired of we can't have anything. Like, you can't enjoy a single thing. And now the indie community, because that's the thing. The indie was the place that was still kind of away from all that. You don't get what this means as a whole.
Well,
The
because
games
indie
were
also
where
tended
they
to have
didn't have all that.
have a smaller audience, you tended to have more targeted. So you did get a lot of your LGBTQ community games strongly out of indie, but you also got a lot of other groups and genre of games out of the indie community that you don't get out of mainstream because you don't have a huge budget. You don't have to target, 5 million sales in the first month, You actually can create fun and neat things and not have to worry about somebody really judging, oh, well, that's not going to make money. Yeah, I know it's probably not going to make a lot of money. That's why it's indie, When an indie game comes out and manages to appeal to the masses, it's a rarity usually, It
was the last place of free thought where you could be creative and you could do interesting things. And they're taking the same trash that we had to deal with in the AAA industry, and now they're trying to shove it into the indie industry where your game didn't check the right cards. And it's an attack on creativity, it's an attack on art, it's an attack on free thought. And it disgusts me because it's like, wow, now the indie devs have to worry about this bull crap. You usually were indie, so you didn't have to follow the Sony and other companies like check marks because they're trying to, earn all the points. But now, the only good thing is they didn't care. The Chanty people literally were like, man, we don't give a crap. And that's the good news. They can't bully them.
Small awards that really didn't matter too much, and maybe Bloodaxe is right. We're talking about them a little bit too much, probably.
Yeah, let's move on because you're right. These guys, we saw it. It's a pack of losers, dude. I'm just gonna call them that because if they're willing to attack people, I get to be unfiltered. Second, you set the rules. We want to throw names. I think you're all a bunch of losers. There you go. Well, like if this is the way you operate, nobody wants to see your award show. This is the last time you'll get credit. We're not coming back next year. No, because Bloodaxe said we're coming back next year. No, the hell we're not. We're not coming back next year. We're done with them.
Well, probably also another reference from Bloodaxe with our arguing skills. We were arguing a bit about this before the show, and that is EA shutting down 3 games next month. Some speculating it may be due because of the Saudi Arabia deal that is not completed yet. Now, I will say, while I was I had some computer issues, so I was surfing on my phone. Another article that actually supports that idea did pop up in my feed, which is 99% of EA shareholders voted in favor of the $55 billion leverage buyout just this week. So on December 27th, so yesterday or the day before yesterday, it was voted. The buyout was voted in favor by 99% of shareholders.
Is that a surprise? I mean, that's bang for their buck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just one more thing of getting the deal through. Now that the shareholders are on board, now it's up to the government. The
FTC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to have a big hiccup. I could be wrong, but I don't think this comes anywhere close to a monopoly.
Well, I mean, we also did see our president shaking hands with the leaders of Saudi Arabia not that long ago, and doing discussions. So it seems all around that Saudi Arabia is trying to smooth out a lot of the political hiccups between the two. which could also be a sign of this going smoother than it may have gone, a year or two ago. Because we have had some strife with Saudi Arabia in the past. But it does seem like, why are all these...
It was warranted, but yeah, I think everyone kind of gets what you're saying. But
well, no, I'm not saying on any side or another. I'm just saying historically we have had issues with Saudi Arabia because of things, and they do seem to be trying to smooth things over, which could make this deal easier.
Yeah, but that's a year or two away for even going through the FTC hurdles and all that red tape. I disagree with Q. I don't think this has anything to do with the Saudi Arabia merger. I think it has to do with staying afloat and paying your bills until that comes through. Otherwise, if you are financially sound and soluble, then you wouldn't be actually putting yourself up for sale. I think the closure of Anthem and these other games is because they're just trying to be able to stay afloat, and those games are non-profitable. You can only get so much from Game Pass, but eventually the server cost is not going to be able to be kept afloat with what you're getting from Microsoft.
Well, being that the vote did happen, it is very likely that they said, all right, while this is going on, we need to see you cut this much of your cost by the time of the handout, because that is often often a strategy of these companies as they're about to hand off to make them look as profitable as possible during the handoff. They try to cut as much fat as they can. And if these games aren't doing well, and it sounds like they're not, then trying to cut those servers off makes sense.
And Anthem was fun, but we played around with a little bit, but it was so uber repetitive.
Yeah.
But it was a good premise. Go ahead, Q. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, that's a very viable thing for them to say. We want you to go ahead. We got the time is money. We want you to go ahead and start trimming the fat now. And The argument that went back and forth between me and Zeno was Zeno saying, but the deal isn't final. And me going, it's final enough that if the new boss says, we want you to start doing this, I don't think you're going to say, nah, man, you got to wait. Because then they're going to go, okay. And then the second the deal does go through, they're going to fire you. So that's what I would do. If I'm like, yeah, I'm buying your company, go ahead and start clearing some of the stuff out. F you, we're not doing it until March when the deal is final. I'm going to be like, all right, write his name down. And then when March comes through, you're the first person I'm walking out the door.
Yeah, and at the point I was making that argument, I did not know that the shareholder had done their final vote yet. So it does make a lot more sense to link those things with the shareholder vote happening just a few days ago. But
and it makes sense as part of the clause with the agreement that you must be have a budget or expenses underneath this cap, or otherwise the deal's off the board. Versus 86 these 3 games because we think they're trash.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think that they would have designated a certain game or anything like that. I think it was mostly, trim some fat. We'll probably see some layoffs probably within the next few weeks, for sure, coming from EA as they trim more.
Oh, well, absolutely. And then when the merger finally comes through, then once everything's settled, then you'll probably see a lot of people looking for unemployment. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast when it comes to these types of things, because the redundancy in staff is an expense that most companies don't need, because when you fork out $55 billion for a franchise, you're going to want to start making money back quickly, and having that extra overhead is not a path to be able to do that. So,
well, and it's likely we'll see some of the studios maybe transition over to Saudi, being that Saudi is going to have 93% of the company. It would make sense for them to open up some of the development inside their own areas. And
I'm sure the cost of living is significantly less over in Saudi Arabia. So what you're forking out in compensation is going to be far. So yeah, it probably will be a cost cutting move. So hopefully people are ready to pack their bags and move overseas.
Well, another trend is that this is a topic. We didn't pull this topic, but the people have been talking about how the guy who did Neon Evangelion and a few other creators have stated that their policies when it comes to making products, entertainment, games, and all, and anime and stuff, is to ignore Western culture because it doesn't make money. Like trying to appeal to what we're perceived as, because unfortunately the loudest voices are wrong. Has made it to where Western gaming isn't trusted anymore, man. Nobody trusts that we know what we're doing because our major gaming companies make utter garbage. And you look at the Game of the Year awards. AAA games did not win. They could only get weird awards like inclusivity and accessibility and other nonsense, but actual, game of the year, really fun game. Yeah. Arc Raiders, knocking it out the park. What's Arc Raider's story? You're fighting some robots. Keep it simple. The message doesn't sell. Just the reality. The message doesn't sell.
Yeah, and recently, dude, this is gonna stir up a lot of stuff once this goes through. We saw with the esports recently. I think one of the esports associations were bought by or invested in by Saudi, and that they're actually going to do a version of the esports in Saudi Arabia, and a lot of the streamers have backed out because of it. So we're sadly we're getting more and more politics into everything because of this.
Yeah, but here's the problem, though. If you're not going to the esports events and you're backing out, that only works for a little while before you become irrelevant because people want to see the champ. They want to see the guys that are competitive. If you're not going to esports events, you're just some dude then, The guys I watch in fighting games are esports pros. They're the top leaguers. I don't watch random guy off to the side. So you can boycott, but those esports events, dudes, have grand prizes that sometimes can be exorbitant. 250,000 up in prizes. So
I haven't seen a lot of the esports participants. I mostly have seen like some of the esport commentary have.
Nobody cares about them. Oh, okay, yeah, nobody cares about them at all. Yeah, I don't even know who those people are.
Yeah,
the commenters, I don't even care. They honestly, I wish they'd shut up and let me watch the fighting game. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just being honest. I've never cared about a commentator. It's like, oh no, Rizamadil won't be there to tell you that Ryu threw a punch. Ah, devastated.
Opens the door for somebody else that's willing to do it, and you never know. You close too many doors, you may not have too many opening up down the road for employment, and then what are you gonna do?
Maybe I was wrong. No, maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's like not 250,000, but like I see 30,000 as a prize for Counter-Strike.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
The prizes they get are pretty good, but it's the sponsorships they get from.
Yeah, a lot of it's the sponsorships.
That's where the bulk of the money is getting sponsorships from either different gaming industries or joystick companies or whatever.
Here you have esports World Cup in Saudi Arabia is courting non-hardcore gamers, traditional sports industry, and showbiz elite with stars and more than 70 million in prizes. So.
Yeah, I take that back. I'm seeing tournaments looking at the highest tournaments. Some of them, though, was a few years ago, got up to $40 million grand prize. And a Crossfire Stars 2025 tournament was $1.4 million. So, yeah, no, they're going. They're going to the East. They're not going to turn it down. They're going to the esports event. And who's going to miss the commentator? Dude, we can commentate.
Yeah.
It'd be more interesting. We're 100 times more entertaining than any of those announcers. By far. I'm willing to claim that easy. Because these guys, I've watched them. They're not that interesting. I'm always been amused that that's even a job. But,
Wasn't Frost Guerin one of the announcers for esports? So that kind of gives you an idea of the level of talent they have.
Ooh, you got to be careful making a claim like that. Nobody wants to believe that Frost was an announcer. That'd be terrible.
I think she was an analyst for esports, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up.
She might have been an analyst. They were pretty stupid back then.
Oh. Well, we'll say this Christmas has been interesting with.
Yes, she was. You're right. Hold on, let's back him up. He is correct. She was. They claim a well-known, that's a lie, esports announcer.
Yeah.
Known for her famous and dynamic color commentary on League of Legends.
Yeah. Who was this?
Frost Gurin.
Frost Gurin.
She was the one
that's disappeared and is irrelevant now.
She was became infamous for a rant about games that were made for guys that like jiggle physics, and all the guys on the show were like seal clapping along with her, and
she became anti-gamer.
And it killed the channel. I mean, it did destroy the channel overnight.
The whole G4. She literally sunk G4 by herself almost. Then in 2023, she retired. She announced she retired from the esports industry. That's why it's been a lot better the last 2 years. Oh, okay, good.
Well, speaking of anti-gamer, there's a report that Alicia McConte
I heard about this. Yeah,
is no longer be a freelance video game journalist. I could not access her Twitter to verify this post, but it is coming. Also, the post where I see is coming from Smash JT, who she was suing.
Still suing.
She still is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
She tried to sue him. She tried to sue the entire internet. She tried to get the names of all of the people who are subscribed to him to go after everybody. And of course, that's been getting shot down because it's like, we're not doxing thousands of people. No. But I will defend her. I'll get this out. Let me get this. I will defend her on this. I know why her Twitter is down. Because due to her controversial nature, her Twitter got bombed when she said that. Oh my God. I know they went after her. And I'll even admit, it probably got really ugly. I imagine it got ugly.
Oh, you know what?
So I understand.
I think that is not Twitter. I think what that is that is Blue Sky. She probably, because Elon owns Twitter, that's probably why she closed her Twitter account. Why I can't see her Twitter. She is one of those that went to Blue Sky.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I tried to be nice because I do believe that she's probably getting a lot of and good riddance all over the place. My only issue with her is the doxing more than anything. She said a lot of stupid stuff. The lawsuit is clearly frivolous, but the attempt to get people's personal information that just watch the guy is so violently inappropriate that's when she crossed the line fully for me that I said, okay, good riddance. So it's not her views, it's her actions.
I do not have a Blue Sky account, and apparently I cannot view any post on Blue Sky without one. So.
I don't think you could get a Blue Sky account. I'm pretty sure we're flagged. We're not even allowed to get on there. Because if I got on there, it would just be to troll. They'd be fools to allow me on the Blue Sky. I'll admit that. I'd go immediately to all these people's Blue Sky accounts and just go, I'm here, motherfucker. I would just,
Yeah, what she did to Smash JT, she's as part of Discovery, they've demanded all of his Discord members, their IP addresses, the real names. I mean, it's pretty insane, and I just can't think of a legal reason why she would need any of that. But
there's no legal reason. Well, turn it over to her attack dogs to go attack everybody. Have you seen her lawyer? Well, the only reason this is going on is that her lawyer is insane.
I've been paying attention to the case, and I don't think there's a legal reason to do it. I think it's an attempt to scare his audience to basically abandon him and for him to lose money. I think that's exactly what it is. But maybe if she's able to, get a real job, maybe she'll have her attention drawn elsewhere and hopefully leave this alone. But it is pretty crappy what she's trying to do to somebody, and she's not a good human being, in my opinion.
She contacted the man's wife directly to make a bunch of claims. She's scum.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, her behavior is why I don't like her. And she's lucky that it was Smash JT, because some folks, we'll leave it at that. You contact some people's family, you gotta start looking over your shoulder. So, yeah. I mean, she's crazy to even try that. She only did it because he's, I mean, I like Smash J. Not really. He's all right. But I'm not going to say I like him. But yeah, he's all right. But clearly she felt that he was the one that she could push like that. I don't think she would try that with certain other people. And I don't think she really would. And it wouldn't go well because some people take attacks on their family very personally and respond very directly. So she picked somebody she could push around like that. It's kind of like that. What's the crazy one that went by the dude's house? You know, the one the gamer chick. She drove by the guy's house. I think we covered that. What was her? God, she's so unimportant. I've already forgotten her name. I don't remember her name, but we covered it a while back, and she literally doxed the guy's house. And I'm like, drive by my house and you ain't supposed to be there, and I find out you're outside. You better not be out there by the time I get out the front door. So, just wild.
Yeah, I don't follow gamers, so I
Sniper Wolf. Sniper Wolf, that's who it was. Sniper Wolf that went by the guy's house. And I'm like, boy, I'll be piling them up like shooting ducks in a barrel. Send your little friends out. They'll be out there too laid up. Be a pile of them out there. But, you know, they mess with who they can get away with messing with. They pick their targets very carefully. You know, and Smash JT has proven to be somebody who she thought she could bully. And even then, he's fighting it, but he's not fighting as aggressively as I would like to see. I think there should be countersuits. I think he should put her and that lawyer team out of business. Like, this is clearly a frivolous lawsuit. I would want to get that lawyer disbarred. I would shut this thing down a lot harder. But I get it. He's trying to just be as peaceful as he can through it. But sometimes with people like that, peaceful just emboldens them to keep going. They see that you're not going to push back hard. That's what a bully is. And Melissa Conti's a bully. And her legal team is a bully. And because they're asking for ridiculous stuff. They're bullying. And bullies don't stop until you stop them.
Well,
they are, but he's also pouring in tens of thousands of dollars in retainer fees. So, I mean, at what point do you cut the sunk cost? Countersuing, I think, would be too costly unless he just, I don't know how much money he makes as a streamer, but.
And that's what GoFundMe's are for. I've seen people get a lot of money on a GoFundMe, and I'll drop him some cash in a GoFundMe. I don't know. He may have one. I need to check. If he does, I need to go do that. But that's what you dropped the GoFundMe for.
Well, speaking of bullies, Ubisoft got bullied pretty hard this past week as the Rainbow Six Siege was attacked by hackers, in which players randomly received billions of credits, ultra exclusive skins, and bans or unbans.
Yeah, they were banning people. It was wild. So Ubisoft got hacked.
Now they did take.
They ended up
having to take the servers offline to try to repair. So yeah, pretty nasty hack. I will say, man, Christmas was not a good time for PC gaming. We had these hacks. Parts of Steam wasn't working over Christmas. Still, some of it still isn't working. I know.
I got into the server. I've been enshrouded. I just didn't build a base yet because I don't know where to build it. I have no idea.
No, gaming was fine. I mean, the gaming was only affected for a very, very split second. Community was highly affected. Their community servers were still offline yesterday. I know. I haven't checked today. And then also I noticed a lot of issues. We're talking about people with logging in to Epic. So Epic had some issues as well. Just a rough Christmas, man.
I mean, Sony had some security issues. Yeah, I mean, the hacking was going off, man. These big gaming companies, these AAA's, big gaming companies are getting slapped around. And I wonder if it's for random reasons or if it's because people are sick of their bull crap. I don't know. It sucks for the players. The players get caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
That's the part I hate is that Sony players and Ubisoft players, Rainbow Six players specifically, got caught in the crossfire.
Now, Steam community is showing that it is back up. So,
I'm pretty sure it's for ransom. My employer got hacked last week, and I don't know if they're still offline, but it's this is just a way to try to squeeze out more cash out of people in return for their hacked applications. But I mean, there are some like Anonymous is one of the ones that will go after you politically for doing crazy stuff or things that they deem are hurting people as a whole. But most of this is strictly just trying to get Bitcoin or cash. So,
well, I mean, even the ones that do it for political reasons, I think the political reason is somewhat of a ploy, as just have something to get behind.
I just know that like these companies need to work on their darn security because I mean, geez, Sony having a major security issue again. Sony has just been getting it when it comes. Like, have they gone a year without a major security issue of some form? I think they've been pretty continuous for the last few years, haven't they? Or did I miss a year? Did they manage to get through 2024 maybe? But I know they've had a lot in the last few years to the point that, and this isn't me doing my Sony hate thing. This is just me genuinely going, this is why I will not do their games where I have to get a Sony network thing. Because it's like, no, your security is too bad. Like, at this point, it's now just a survival tactic of, yeah, I don't think I'll be getting God of War or any game where I have to sign up for your stuff because you cannot secure your stuff enough to have my bank account information and stuff on your network. Not going to work. Your security, you cannot keep getting hacked this often and think I'm going to give you unnecessary information to play your games. If I buy a game on Steam, I don't want to have to give you my network info if your network's not even secure. They don't have a leg to stand on anymore for that. With these kind of security issues, they don't.
Well, in some cases, it's not the company; it's their employees that are clicked into trap emails because I've seen some of the examples that at my place of employment where people thought it was a legitimate email from HR and it looks legit and you click on it and next thing you know, you open the back door and here they come in.
Yeah, I mean, phishing is probably the most common way of getting access. And phishing is that sending emails that seem important and text and stuff like that to try to get somebody to click on something and are to give away some form of security data.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, there are some places where you maybe have some gaps that you can tighten up cybersecurity wise, but in many cases, it's just employees doing things that are boneheaded.
I mean, maybe, but it doesn't change the fact that, like I said, I don't want to put myself into an ecosystem with that kind of trouble.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you want to limit your information.
Seem to have these problems as much as everyone else does, but all these sub accounts seem to be very high risk. I mean, thankfully, I've changed my card since the few times I did go get an Ubisoft or whatever so that I could play a game. But you almost want to be doing that because you don't want access to a credit card on these accounts because they get hacked. They have terrible security, man. I mean, we've got PlayStation and Ubisoft right off the bat. Like I said, PlayStation, let me see. How many times has PlayStation? Let me look it up. Y'all chat for a minute. Let me see if I can get a history of PlayStation getting hacked.
I mean, I'm sure The problem is that I don't know, man. A lot of that data seems to fall away relatively quickly.
Yeah, and when you're a big company like Sony or Microsoft, or I mean, you have places, you have offices all over the globe. Going a year without getting hacked is nearly impossible.
The major ones were the 2011 super hack. That's the one where 7 million users got their information out. Then there was a 2023 Move It attack, a 2023 ransom VC claim, and then of course we've got this big security exploit, fatal security issue in 2025. So it's not every year, but it's frequently enough that it's pretty big. Because that is still like 3 hacks in the last 2 years. Somebody actually put
together an article. This is an older article, so it doesn't have any more recent stuff. But July 2008, PlayStation site targeted. April 2011, hackers access personal data. May 2011, personal details on 25 million Sony Online customers stolen. June 2011. 2011 was a bad year for Sony. Sony Pictures website hacked. November 2014, hackers steal 100 terabytes of data from Sony Pictures. December 2014, PlayStation Network was taken down by DDoS. August 2017, hacker group accesses Sony's social media accounts. September 2023, Sony investigates an alleged hack. October 2023, Sony notifies employees of the data breach.
And those are the ones we know about.
Yeah, well, this only goes to October of 2023. That's when this article was written. But yeah, and that's the stuff we know.
So, I don't think I'm willing to do the PlayStation account to play a game on Steam. I think I'm gonna stay out of that shark infested pool right now.
Let's see. Let's see what people say about Steam hacks. Now, I mean, Steam had a pretty bad year in 2015. They had monthly account hijacking in 2015. Valve stated that approximately 77,000 Steam accounts were being hijacked. And then this year, official reports versus breaches reports a massive breach affecting 89 million users. So, I mean, they also have had, that's the problem. I mean, and this is the problem with digital gaming. And I know Bloodaxe used to be a very hardcore physical media when it came to gaming. And I mean, he has his rights in it because, I mean, digital gaming does open us up to a lot of unnecessary attacks.
Yeah, but that's still 2 issues. And there is a lot of debate over this May 25, where they were saying it was old information and did not include passwords and payment. Don't know if that's true or not. But when you got a list of 2 major hacks versus the massive list of what was that, like at least 10 or more, that's still a vast difference in quantity of hacks. It still makes me go, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I was off. 9, not 10. 9 incidents, versus 2 with the 10-year gap between those 2. I trust my information with Steam before I would Sony. Oh, and that one does. Oh no, it is 10 because this one doesn't have the 2025, the fatal security error. So yeah, if I had to choose between a company with 2 incidents and 10 incidents, you know what I'm saying?
Epic Games has 9. That showed up in these reports. Steam does not have a report built up on them, which I guess says more than anything.
That says it. There you go. The fact that nobody has felt they need to make a comprehensive list means that there isn't enough to make a comprehensive list.
Yeah.
Since the minimum number is 9 right now for the other 2.
All right, point made.
Also, Steam has a notoriously good reputation for going after people stealing your accounts. I've seen fan videos praising how aggressively they pursue that you tell them someone stole my account and they act like immediately. Whereas I have seen a lot of people say, call Sony, tell them someone's got your account info, and they don't. You're just kind of screwed. Like, you're going to take a long time to get your account back. Whereas Steam has a very good record of being very aggressive at pursuing this and correcting it. These are the same guys that have even told Sony when Sony tried to screw a lot of people over by going, we're going to remove access to this game you already paid for, Helldivers, if you don't do this. And Steam going, no, you're not. You're going to refund everybody.
I will say somebody has them all beat though.
Who?
Microsoft. January 2010, December 2010, 2011 through 2013, Xbox Underground repeatedly hacked Microsoft. June 2012, malware disguised as legitimate Microsoft. Of course, this also, I think, includes some of Windows, but March 2023, 3,000 Xbox Live users' credentials exposed. October 2013, internal Microsoft bug tracking database compromised. May 2016, 33 million stolen Hotmail credentials. November 2016, hundreds of Skype accounts. April 2019, compromised support agent credentials. Give hackers access.
All of those aren't Xbox, but
they're not.
Yes.
But they're all Microsoft, which is where your stuff is stored for Xbox. So
everything in Microsoft is intermingled between Hotmail and Xbox Live.
Yeah.
All their accounts are intermingled into one. So
2 out of 3 Dicejunkies surrendered their Xboxes recently. That tells something. So it ain't like it. Like, we literally yeah, no, go ahead, man. Like it's a literal case of Xbox. We're not. They screwed up when they raised the Game Pass prices. They lost a strong group of supporters because all three of us were pretty big on Game Pass.
Yeah, I think the only reason the third Xbox, the third Dice Junkie hasn't surrendered Xbox is because he has a family and it costs too much to buy 5 computers or 4 computers.
Gaming? Oh my God! Yeah, that would be an exorbitant cost to try to get multiple gaming PCs. Yeah. I will say that.
But yet I'm now on Steam. I'm thoroughly enjoying playing MechWarrior Mercenaries again. Like $100 worth of content I got for like $30-something. So
already he sees the Steam value.
And I bought Enshrouded, and so I'll be jumping on that and
pick a good spot for the first base because I don't know where to put the base, man. I literally am standing in a field.
I mean,
with
the first
all my
base
stuff
is pretty much set, dude. Because it's the first quest you get is to lay down the first base, and they have the location
I'm standing in the
preset.
field. I just don't think the field's that good. I'm looking at the field and like, this looks okay.
The first base is never going to be your main base because I can't tell you how many times I built a first base and built a better base someplace else. So
I know, but I still decided I may lay down the torch just so I can build a repair bench so I'm not running around completely naked because everything I have is broken.
I have played twice on Mike's servers and once on my personal, and my starter base has been in the same spot every time, and it has been my main base. But that's also because I get a base, and I don't want to... The main reason why you want one main base and why it's a pain in the ass to switch from the first base is because you create boxes that allow you to craft and do everything.
Magic boxes, yeah.
Yeah.
You have never played my game since Grounded went live.
Well, yeah, true.
Years ago.
I have Bloodaxe, sucker. I don't have to worry about these things. Bloodaxe will move the entire base. There's a reason that when I talked with Jarrett about the other server, and he talked about how y'all already unlocked me things, and I said, what if we go and rescue some more people? He said he didn't really want that to happen without him, so he'd make his own server. I said, no, make another server for me and Bloodaxe, and you guys can pop in, because we hope you'll play with us. We hope you'll jump in our server and play with us.
Dude, trust me. Like, if y'all want to jump on after this show, or after you have your dinner and everything, yeah. I'm all for that, because I've been wanting to play more, but I've been waiting on Jarek, I mean,
Well, yeah, he said that to me, and that's what I said. All right, well, I'm not waiting on you, so can we get a side server?
Like I've hopped on his server a couple of times and just farmed some stuff, but not moving the quest forward. And of course, the problem is if you don't move the quest forward, you don't have access to all the building materials to build more cool things. So
you can't upgrade your flame, all of that. Yeah, you get stinted. And my thing is that Bloodaxe literally passes his free time building elaborate bases.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to actually being able to jump through the story with you guys and actually have access to building some cool stuff and seeing what Bloodaxe does with that system. Because I actually think Enshrouded building system is pretty awesome.
I want to play a mage, and I looked at it and realized that's later unlocks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I ain't gonna be sitting here with nothing but a little twiddly wand because somebody ain't wanting to jump on. I'm gonna go get the eternal spells and start casting lightning bolts, baby. I'm in this for the lightning bolts.
All right.
I literally named my character Magus. I am going full magic user.
I think the only topic I didn't cover because I couldn't find an article on it, so I'll let Q mention is you mentioned confirmation, I guess, of the Ghost of Yotai producer.
That was our other right. Well, it's more of they interviewed the Ghost of Yotai user, and his literal comment was, I don't know what to do next. He literally, when asked what he's doing after stepping down, his reply is, I don't know. I have no idea what to do next. And we kept implying in the last episode that he was not
that he didn't step down, but he was, yeah.
He was not retiring in honors and glory, but had been pushed out because Ghost of Yotai sold like half of the Ghost of Tsushima game. And, well, we just wanted to point out that you don't say I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to be doing next when you were planning to step down.
This is called resignation in lieu of termination is what this is.
Well, you don't act like that. You wouldn't be like, I don't know, man. I've been doing this and I can't do it no more. That's not a reaction of somebody who's like, well, guys, that game did really well and I'm going to go off to do something else now. No, he's like, I don't know.
The better answer is, I'm going to go home and I'm going to, enjoy a break and get my creative juices flowing and then see what project I want to do next. But I just got burnt out. That's a good PC. I'm not throwing them under the bus response, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
Versus, I don't know. I ain't got that thought that far ahead. Like I said, this is resignation in lieu of termination is what that is. So
that is a response to someone who did not expect to be out of a job. That is, you're 100% correct. That is I thought I was going to be making the next Ghost game, but apparently not. So, Dicejunkies was right. We were right about the Indie Awards team. We were right about what happened with the Ghost of Yotai. And honestly, as, being a bigger man, I'm proud of you, Zeno, as he came back and proved we're probably right about the games being canceled and EA being pushed by the new owners. Because I can see them going, hey, how much is that making? Nothing. Get rid of it. Well, you don't own it. All right, when we come on, either you're gone or those games are gone. You know where they're going to go? Yes, sir, those games will be gone.
Or if you want to keep them, shave money someplace else. But this is your spending cap in order for this clause to be met.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
All right, guys. Well, next time we meet, it will be 2026.
The year of Alyssa. What? She said it's going to be her year.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
You're ruining my new year, man. Just come on. Let's
Why?
Happy thoughts.
I hope she's happy. As long as what she's doing is not game journalism, I wish her all the success. If she would just drop this lawsuit and go on to be, she becomes an actress. She can work alongside Brie Larson. They can have a great old time. You know what I'm saying? They can work together. I hope she starts a movie career. I don't need other people to fail to make me happy. I just need them to stop ruining what I care about.
All right, everybody. Have a happy holidays. Enjoy the new year. Hope you have good celebrations. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you can find links everywhere online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,
we hope you enjoy.